Barbara Burns will go forth. We have 15 questions that they're going to choose from. Sheryl is going to be our first one to draw a question. She will have 2 minutes to answer her question. Everybody else will have a minute to answer it as well. And then we will go to our next person, Terry, who will pull the next question and have 2 minutes to answer. Everybody will have a minute to answer. Does everybody understand how we're going to run the questions and answer session? Excellent. We are going to start off with a chance for everybody to do a 2-minute statement. We will start with Sheryl. When you are ready. My timer, are you ready? Timer, yeah. You ready? Okay.
My name is Sheryl English, and I'm seeking re-election to the Denton ISD Board of Trustees. I have 3 children who graduated from Denton ISD, and 2 are teachers. 3 children, 3 different experiences. I had 1 child who had a learning disability, and that's when I became active within the district. A district of this magnitude and growing cannot be learned by attending school board meetings. You have to show up and get to work. I believe it takes a village. I had a village, my kids had a village, and I'm still part of the village. I seek re-election not to find what's wrong, but to highlight what's right, and I've shown up for our teachers, staff, and most of all, our kids. I showed up at campus leadership team, I showed up at PTA, PTSA, bond committee, EIC board, bond progress committee, safety committee, showed up in the social worker's office, working with the community regarding our kids in need, and teachers who will experience domestic violence, kids who have experienced trauma. I'm going to continue to show up for your kids, and I'm asking that you show up and vote for me on May 4th.
Thank you, Sheryl. Terry, you're our next one.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. Thanks to the PTA for arranging this forum for us to discuss what we think is important according to this event. I believe that a public school course correction is needed due to failing grades, some misguided priorities, and a lack of accountability and transparency that need to change. We want our children, my children, their teachers, and our grandchildren, we want them to be able to be as successful as possible, that they should be able to, under any circumstances, with the help of parents, teachers, community members, succeed so that they can pursue their own American dream. I'm a 40-year professional educator. I've been a teacher 8 years. I was a teacher educator 22 years, and administrator in higher ed as director of academic assessment for 10 years. I'm an expert in teaching, expertise in teacher development, developing teachers, mentoring, curriculum and instruction redesigns, assessment of academic programs, and also in terms of policy analysis. My degree is a PhD in educational research and policy analysis. I've served on several state and national leadership committees during my time. I invite you to listen carefully to all of us, and thank you. Again, I'm Terry Senne, running for Denton ISD, Place 2, Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Terry. Third, we have Debi Scaggs.
Hi, I'm Debi Scaggs, and I am running for Place 1. A little bit about how I got to where I am sitting here now is about 2 years ago, I discovered that there are explicitly sexual books in our school libraries. And so after contacting the superintendent and the principal of these schools and not getting a satisfactory answer from them or response, I went to the school board and wanted to alert them, and with the expectation of them removing the books. Well, they did not respond as I expected them to. And so I have sat in school board meetings for the past 2 years, and while I was waiting for my turn to speak, I learned all kinds of things at the school board such as, according to STAR test results, only 55% of students can read at grade level. Only 42% can do math at grade level. This is concerning to me. The primary role of public school is to educate our children. And evidently we aren't doing a good job here in this district. And so I feel that we have gotten distracted. We have installed health clinics in our schools. We are not the health department. We are the board. We are the Department of Education. We have expanding administrative costs. We have built elaborate schools and stadiums, and now we have a $17 million budget deficit. And so I feel that we need to refocus on education, get our budget back in order, and then we can take all of that excess and redirect it to our teachers, the backbone of our district. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, for our candidate introduction, Barbara Burns.
Good evening. My name is Barbara Burns, and I'm seeking re-election to the Denton School Board Place 1. Public schools face serious challenges, from those who want to undermine the outstanding accomplishments of our school to those who are choosing not to fund our schools. The state is also not funding support services for children and families, leaving more and more to the schools. A child cannot learn if he is hungry, homeless, or sick. This message is from a teacher. After a busy day with not even 2 minutes to reflect about the day and how tomorrow's lessons need to be adjusted, I hurry to a staff meeting and see the faces of 40+ people who loved children today. They help students emotionally regulate, play safely, and transition with civility. They wiped noses, dried tears, kept the peanut snacks at a separate table, and hugged a child who couldn't remember if this was the day to go to mom's house or dad's house. They marveled at the way children think and learn and encouraged the young learners every step of the way. I have visited all 43 of our campuses. This is what teachers really do. On Sunday, I was visiting with a friend I've known for 30 years and whose children I taught. We talked about how important it has been for me to remain nonpartisan in this election. She said, "You have had to. It's who you are. It's in your bones." Then yesterday, I had a retired principal with whom I've known for over 35 years ask me to present a scholarship in honor of her husband at the Senior Awards Assembly. She said, "You have advocated for teachers and students all of your life, and I want to continue to be able to do that. More than ever, our teachers and students need a trustee who will place students over politics."
Thank you, Barbara.